Join me in exploring the wonders of agriculture in Eastern Asia, its birth, development, socio-economic impact and current techniques, and the theorized local beginning of one of the most important crops in the world, rice. The East Asia region is the home of the world's most important crops. A frontrunner for the list is rice, commonly seen served on the plates of people living in the Asia-Pacific region. 90% of the world's rice is produced and consumed in this part of the world. China, Korea, and Japan are some of the countries that are part of this side of the continent. Let us first explore China, which has two known large river systems, the Huanghe River and the Yangtze River. The Huanghe River serves as the origin of irrigation for weeding and rice transplanting, while the Yangtze River was a major population center of the earliest rice cultivators. During the Qin dynasty, rice has become a specially prepared food used to brew wines and offered as a sacrifice to the gods. Rice was also delicately made into different kinds of food, such as gao or Chinese New Year cake, yuan, zongxi or rice dumplings, festival cakes, and porridge during important festivals. In China, cultivation of rice led to the development of an economic lifestyle centered around agriculture. Rice farming influenced many other aspects of old Chinese economy and has had a strong influence on the social, economic, political, and ideological developments of ancient China. In this sense, traditional Chinese culture may be considered a rice culture. For the topic of local farming technologies, the northern part of China is known for cultivating japonica hybrids. Currently, it is recorded that indica crossed tropical japonica hybrids give higher yields than indica crossed indica hybrids. Scientists are exploring the next breakthrough in multiplied yield achieved through the three-line system of hybrid rice production, crossing the product of indica crossed tropical japonica and indica crossed NPT rice together. It proves to be a struggle to design since two-way is proven to be more efficient and cost-effective. Journeying to Korea, agriculture in the region has been around since the second millennium or 2000 to 1000 BCE, where agriculture was aided by rice cultivation, bronze tools, and agricultural sciences introduced and traded from China. In Korea, the people of the Bronze Age established their counties from agriculture. Their farming plains would be fenced with stone walls, inside of which they founded their residential town-states. Korea is considered an agricultural nation before, but nowadays, they have shifted to an industrialized country. Workforce in the agricultural sector has had a decrease from 21% in 1989 to 20% by 2000. A significant decline of the agricultural sector GDP of Korea was observed, from being 27% in the 70s to 3% in the 90s. Also, as the growth of urban area has been enormous alongside the rising population with bigger income, it subsequently decreased the area of farmland, and food demand has much higher rate than the food supply. The country has a traditional technique of cultivation called Korean natural farming or KNF, which maximizes on-farm resources, recycles farm waste, minimizes external inputs, and fosters soil health. Additionally, land tilling is no longer needed, and indigenous microorganisms are collected and reintroduced into an agro-ecosystem. In Japan, farming started at around 4000 BCE, while rice cultivation came a little while at about 1200 BCE. The Yayoi immigrants introduced the farming of rice paddies emerged at 600 BCE, bringing along azuki, soy, and sweet beans. Being an archipelago, the country focuses on harvesting fish rather than meat. Moreover, the country's main religion is Buddhism, which prohibits certain meat, hence the people here prioritize growing vegetables and cereals over other crops. Japan considers rice to be a staple food since it is used as a source of traditional spirit, sake, offering to gods and ancestors, and one serving as the country's currency. In terms of agriculture in Japan, there are two types of agricultural fields. One is the irrigated rice fields called tambo or suiden. Most rice is grown on these low-lying alluvial plains and valley bottoms that are easy to irrigate. On the other hand, non-irrigated fields called hatake are used mostly to grow vegetables, usually found on higher, drier ground that is difficult to irrigate. There are also two types of farming: wet rice cultivation, which uses rivers for irrigation, and natural farming, which does not use pesticides, fertilizers, or even tilling. Agriculture here is proven to be the foundations of some of the most developed countries in the world, and we see the relationship between rice and the development of the early settlements in these said countries, and rice is embedded in the heart of these societies.